DayZ update 119 has finally been added to experimental servers, and there's a lot of stuff being added, fixed and changed, so let's go through them all right now. So starting off with all the added stuff, they've added the M1025 multi-purpose vehicle, which should be the Humvee. They've added the SSG-82 rifle. They've added the BK shotgun and the sawn-off variant. They've added the GPS receiver. They've added water reflections, which can be turned on and off in the graphics settings. Thrown items now have impact sounds. Military convoys have been added. They've replaced the abandoned police cars with police events. They've added a blowtorch. They've added a punch card. They've added glow plugs. They've added an improvised eye patch. They've added color variants of the plate carrier vest. They've added a new stealth kill variant. They've added a handbrake for vehicles. They've added a new option for braking for vehicles where the brake strength can be adjusted by combining either control for light braking or shift for strong braking. They've added a horn to the vehicles. And they've added a spare wheel slot for the Ogla 24, Sarka 120 and the Gunter 2. Bleeding indicator in the HUD. Favorite tabs in-game browser, displaying cached offline favorited servers. The player can now drown when submerged in water for too long. So a lot of really cool items that have been added there. Now let's get on to everything that has been added to the Livonia DLC. They've added sawmills, they've added 2 new villages, they've added a Brenna healthcare centre, they've added quarries, they've added deforested areas, they've added hunting cabins, they've added forest camps, they've added summer camps, they've added tenement blocks to selected cities, they've added amusement parks, they've added dam bog ammunition storage, they fixed various issues with object placement, they changed the respawn locations upon server switch, replaced the old M11025 Rex with new variants that can spawn its parts. And they've added some of those same options to churners as well. So now let's get on to the rest of the fixes and changes. Wolves and bears were able to hit players in vehicles. The improvised suppressor would not display the correct model when ruined and detached from the weapon. Public address system panels sometimes could not be started even when they had a battery in them. Display of the characters in prone did not include inclination and rolling. Reduced clipping of 40mm smoke grenades through geometry. Dead bodies on top of a bear trap would reduce its damage significantly. Torches and brooms could not be ignited indoors. Grenades attached to vests would not explode when the vest was destroyed in the fireplace. Switching tabs in the server browser too fast could prevent servers from loading. The kitchen timer was not always rendered inside the improvised explosive. It was possible to cover an improvised explosive with a garden plot. The claymore mine could not be disarmed in some cases. A rune trigger attached to a tripwire would still trigger. When approaching an explosive charge with a remote detonator, the UI would pretend that multiple options are available. An ignited torch in hand would not extinguish while swimming with it. Their character would still display a strong pulse. The character's arm would clip into the body when running with the fireworks launcher. Cooking sounds would persist on the spot even after the cooking ware was removed. The AUR A1 wood magazine was slightly cropped when displaying in hands in the inventory. Vehicles would give off exhaust smoke only when they were started for the first time. The cargo of the assault vest and pack were not displayed separately. Plastic explosives close to an explosion did not take damage. Jumping into a steep hill caused the character to float to the top. Fixed a game crash related to loading and saving of characters. It was possible through several exploits to glitch through the terrain surface. Items with attachment without cargo were closed by default in facility and equipment. It was not possible to target a vehicle engine with melee attacks. It was possible to refuel cars even when the tank was ruined. The radiator of the Sarka 120 was accessible even when the hood was closed. The player camera would fall faster than the character from huge heights. It was not possible to scroll between several attached items to remove from the M3S. Characters were getting wet from rain while sitting in vehicles. Changed materials of several objects for more accurate sounds of bullet penetration. The common cold would be too effective against players' immune system. It was not possible to put the KA and M4A1 bayonets into the knife slot. It was possible to cook using ruined cookware. So again, a lot of good changes there. I've noticed a few of these bugs while playing myself, and it's good to see them getting fixed. Now let's go on to what has been changed. Reworked the simulation of vehicles, greatly impacting their general behavior. Tweaked vehicle simulation parameters on surfaces for vehicles. Reduced the speed of the player when running up and down steep terrain. Increased the inertia of characters when accelerating. Character slows down more when running turns. Character running speed is slowed down in medium water levels. It is no longer required to aim to the ground to empty a liquid container. That's a big one. All optics can be repaired using the electronics repair kit. The 40mm smoke grenades now bounce off a wooden and metal surface and deal damage on impact. Fish, hares and chicken can no longer be skinned using the Mosin bayonet. Reduce the amount of explosives needed to break open a locked door. Improve the holding of the remote detonator receiver in players' hands. Improve synchronization of the stealth kill. Improve sounds of the gas station explosion. Damaged fuel tanks can now be repaired using duct tape or epoxy putty. Vehicles are now ruined when their fuel tank is ruined. Increase the improvement of the immune system by high energy hydration levels on average. Most of the items of the world now have their damage stage randomized. Reduce the chance of weapons jamming by about 50% to account for damaged magazines now appearing more often. Slightly increase brightness of the scene during daylight and reduce the difference between overcast and clear days. It is now possible to untie another player with bare hands. Updated the in-game credits. Tweak the light's distance and brightness for the head torch and flashlight types. The character now turns their head when looking around on ladders. Tweak the font settings on the in-game 2D map. Sea chests and wooden crates can be repaired using wooden planks. The pipe wrench can no longer be used to repair vehicle engines. Reduced number of firearms available in the world. So again, a lot of good changes there as well. Some big ones actually, a lot to do with the new vehicle simulation as well, which is great to see. They've done a couple of things to server-side stuff and modding as well, but I don't really know much about it, so I'm not going to go through that, but it all seems like there's some good stuff there as well. Again, the portable map now provides more details depending on the navigation gear you are carrying to play Livonia. I never thought I'd say that, but here we are. I will be live streaming this all day today, so if you're around, make sure to subscribe, hop into the stream, and come check out the update with us. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below as usual, and until then, I shall catch you guys in the next one, so peace out for now.